Selected by the CE National Board of Directors, the following persons have been inducted to the Wall of Honor for their contribution to the cause of Christ in specific areas of ministry. Born in Los Gatos, California on December 29, 1891, evangelist R. Paul Miller experienced major difficulties during his early years. The great earthquake of San Francisco and the loss and death of his mother and sister. But God was working all things together for good, as R. Paul knew God was speaking to him. The family moved to Southern California, where R. Paul worked in the orange groves, caring for crops and other routines of farming. He married Ann A. Myers on May 20th, 1914, and they settled in Covina, 25 miles east of Los Angeles. During this time, R. Paul commuted by the old red car electric line to pursue his Bible training at the Bible Institute of Los Angeles, Biola, graduating in 1916. Fellow students included Alva J. McLean and Donald Gray Barnhouse. He was called to pastor the Brethren Church in Spokane, Washington after graduation. 5 years later, he was called into an evangelistic ministry which lasted from 1921 to 1923. His strong, resonant voice and his dedicated love for the Lord and for the lost enhanced the effectiveness of his calling. His passionate messages stirred the hearts of many who did not know Christ. As an evangelist, he traveled widely among the Brethren churches. A drastic move to Philadelphia to pastor the First Brethren Church allowed the family to experience city life. No farm, no orchard, and a backyard boarded up with a wooden fence. Regardless of location, scripture memory, family Bible reading, diligent work ethics, and love and hospitality were still a part of the daily routines for the family. The children were encouraged to always put God first. 4 of the 6 sons became Grace Brethren pastors. In 1930, R. Paul was asked to develop the Home Missions Council for the Brethren Church. It demanded clear thinking, strong convictions, mature courage, and a humble spirit. Concerned that some groups within the national church were not too concerned about biblical doctrine, R. Paul spoke and wrote to keep scriptural truths and godly practices alive. March 12, 1955, the Brethren Missionary Herald printed an article by Reverend R. Paul. He stated, "Don't wait for others to start a revival. Start one yourself. Every great movement of history to God's glory is the history of one man and God. Brother, why don't you resolve to be that man? God pity the preacher or congregation who is so cold, cowardly, or self-satisfied as to be content to just go on holding services, instead of raising the battle cry and seeking the lost for the last harvest." In 1956, a Board of Evangelism was formed within the Home Missions Ministry. This was the heart of R. Paul Miller, reaching the lost. Regardless of the ministry, R. Paul continually discipled young people who had an interest in serving the Lord and encouraged them in that direction. He especially liked to use the young people in house-to-house visiting that he did at the churches where he could hold revival meetings. He wanted others to catch the joy of witnessing. Towards the end of his life, R. Paul took a pastorate in Goshen, Indiana. It was here that health issues caused him to move to California to be cared for by his daughter, Martha. On February 20th, 1964, R. Paul went home to be forever with his Lord. Because of his deep love for God and evangelistic passion to reach the lost, CE National and the Board of Directors honor R. Paul Miller as the 2004 inductee to the Wall of Honor for his legacy to the Fellowship of Grace Brethren Churches.